because we were doing the sample and then we just led straight into
sample.
it. Yeah, that funny joke that you did.
Wow.
That
was
look.
Very
obscure. Oh,
it's
hi.
right. Oh, wow. That totally wasn't planned at all. Hello, everyone. This is our first episode.
Our very first own episode.
Of
Two Schmucks and a Mic.
God, you can really see the sound wave go up there. We might have to reduce that.
Just a bit. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, we know how technology works, or at least my basic understanding of Audacity. But I already talked enough about Audacity last time. If you feel the need to catch up, the sample episode will really give you some insight as to what you're getting into, because I'm gonna keep it real with you folks. It's awful.
Yeah, more or less with our ramblings that we continuously do. But you know what? That's what you're here for, hopefully. It's just to hear two schmucks rambling in front of a mic and having a good time. Just being Tom Schmuckery, as we do.
We've never... You just coined that term now. You just pulled that out of your ass. That didn't exist.
I feel like that's 99% of all podcasting is just pulling things out from the ether.
What?
And seeing if it's enjoyable or not.
I sure hope so, because... what if famous podcasters have a script? No, there's no way. There's no way.
I mean, there are scripted podcasts, storytelling-based ones.
Oh, yeah, of
they
course.
do often just read a narrative or whatever, and that's how they make a living.
Yeah. And what are we doing? I'm putting this in my resume for my future acting career. I wonder if I can do that. Can I put in that in my resume for something I created myself?
So, Mr. Diedeker, I see here that you are an entrepreneur. Tell me a little bit about your business. What do you do?
So, me and my cohort, Luis Aguilar, we do this online web-based show where we entertain dozens of pupils. I was going to say thousands, but that's if we're lucky. I was going to say hundreds, but even then.
I was going to say, we have 50 followers.
Dozens.
When we only have 5.
Yeah. Man, maybe we'll be lucky enough if we get to double-digit listeners. Please support us. If you've made it this far, we're at 2 minutes and 33 seconds. If you've made it this far, congratulations. That is a big achievement.
And we really appreciate your listening ears.
Yes.
And hoping they're not bleeding from the idiocracy that is spewing from our mouths right now.
It's fine. Oh, God.
So, this is our podcast, Two Schmucks and a Mic.
Yes.
And where we just talk about rambling schmuck-like things.
Yes. We're brand new. We're live. We're reloaded. That's the name of the Conker's Bad Fur Day reboot for the Xbox.
I was going to say, or did you just equate us to Conker? Because that's not a bad thing. I would love to be equated to a little red squirrel-like creature.
Yeah.
Rather than other things from that game, like a singing excrement that throws its excrement at you.
It's great. It's a good time. But yeah, we're new, and we're also in our new abode, which we call home. And
it's a nice little place. We're actually recording right now in our kitchen.
Which is, compared to other setups,
better.
It could be a lot worse. So I really hope the acoustics sound fine.
I mean, there's not a loud humming noise like in the sample.
True.
Because back in our other apartment, our air conditioning unit was the thing that was being the most extra thing in the world, just being absolutely loud for no godforsaken reason, because we weren't even using it at the time, I don't think. It just kicked on. And we were fine because it was at room temperature or whatever temperature that we needed it to be. I don't know, 68 degrees.
I could barely feel it there. You could have said 69.
I could have, but I didn't want to do the joke. We have at least a slight edge of class here.
Edge of class. Yeah, we're going to listen to where you said that up. Yeah, we're going to review this. There's no class here. We can make 69 jokes all the time. I mean, I'm pretty sure our current thing right now is at 69 degrees. Or at least
it's at 68, actually. Well, maybe that's why I said that, because I saw that thermometer coming into here, the thermostat and everything. I don't know why I said thermometer. Those are two completely different things.
They both begin with thermo.
That is very true.
There's something there. But yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
In our mode, which isn't loud. maybe.
So what we do here on this podcast is just that we talk about our lives and intrigue into each other's psyches, you know? Not in a weird kind of sense, like I'm trying to break down like what makes Sam tick. Just, you know, fun, stupid, interesting things like what's your favorite superhero? What's your favorite video game stories? Or why is tongue clicking such a popular trend within our own theater department that I've actually graduated from, so that's a fun thing.
Yeah, and I have to go through that. I have one year.
Next year.
I have a year to figure this out. I have a whole year to interview people. If you're a person who constantly tongue clicks, and again, if you've made it this far on the podcast, message me. Why do you think it's such a popular occurrence now? Because it seems somewhat recent, or at least this year.
I blame popular media, like Cardi B. I think she's the one who does it. Is that who she is?
I feel like people of her like aesthetic. That's a word that I might not be right, but the people of that similar kind of, I don't know, aesthetic kind of do something like that. Style. That's kind of a better.
Oh yeah.
That's like the thing they do. It's for emphasis. I feel like to make a point.
I feel that, but at the same time, there has to be different ways to like make a point. You don't have to like click your tongue. You can do like what other people do and just say the punctuation mark at the end. Because I remember us, that's what we do a lot because we were just randomly just being dumb and you're like, question mark?
Yeah, shrug.
Like, whatever the fuck gesture.
Yeah. Another thing that I've seen a couple people do is, well, you can't see it because this is a...
Oh, the fish motion.
Like
yeah, where they back their hands back and forth?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know common signals of today.
I don't either. We're two older men trapped in 23 and 22-year-old bodies, respectively.
I'm 21!
I'm sorry, I forget.
I turned 22 in a few... Yep.
The happy couple few. We happy couple few. The new game by Samuel Diedeker. Oh, wow, that's a massive spike. We apologize for your ears. We're going to try to fix the audio in post.
Well, God, it's fine. I'll put in the sound warning in the description. Loud belching at like the 7-minute mark.
Like 7.5 there. So yeah, well, we also are going to have some other exciting news coming in later episodes, but we have some things coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye out for that kind of stuff hitting the internet, hopefully soon.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
But in the meantime, we're going to be doing this as our fun little project, and who knows, if you guys start sharing it, start listening to it, and everything else like that, we'll hopefully get a Patreon and set it out to more of the world.
We'll do things, and we'll get T-shirts. Maybe not. That's like on like the tiers of things. That's like way up there. We're not even there.
We should aim really low first. We should get at least concept art. Of what we look like, so the internet knows.
I'd say
what two schmucks
maybe,
look like.
Or at least a double-digit follower count. Let's strive for that.
Let's go with even a better one. More than 5.
More than 5.
Just more than 5.
God. So did we want to dive into our
topics?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we can. Do you want to start off with your topic? Because I know you wanted to do that.
Yeah. So the other day at our local Walmart, it was we were like, buying things as people do, groceries as one were, and we're in like the cereal and like breakfast food area. And we're going by Pop-Tarts, and there's like Pop-Tart everything now. There's like a flavor for everything. There's like dual split flavors that shouldn't go together. There's like a lot.
Yeah, what was it? Strawberry and New York cheesecake style type thing?
There's like unicorn. I don't know what that is. What? And then there's
called branding, Sam. It's Brie Larson's new Pop-Tart, thanks to the unicorn store.
There probably is like movie-based things. Oh, you want Nuka-Cola flavored Pop-Tarts from Fallout? Your Nuka Pop-Tarts? Nuka-Tarts? Nuka-Cola?
I don't know if I like that last one a bit.
But like, just there's like apple Pop-Tarts, which there's just a lot.
Okay, like the Chris Apple Pop-Tarts, I'm going to interject because I bought them one day, and then he sends me a meme of Pop-Tart flavored, like, strangeness. And it was what? Crisp water?
Yeah.
Pop-Tart. Which was the hilarious meme because it actually looked photorealistic. Just of how that would even work is a weird, strange logistical nightmare that I don't want to get into. But not the strawberry one, the apple crisp one.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. It was almost like a apple pie that I was consuming, and it was great. Though I have to agree with you, it's weird how many flavored things we're getting into right now.
Yeah.
The Pop-Tart ones are very strange.
And there's some cereal. Yeah. Like with a lot of... There's like donut... There's like certain Hostess donut cereal.
Yeah, the Hostess donut cereals. There's like Little Debbie weird things. I don't think Little Debbie is one, but it's that corporation. The Hostess has a shit ton of those things coming out right now.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's happening like that. I know that they also have honey buns.
Yeah,
honey bun cereal.
Yeah, that's right. So I decided to look up the different weird flavors for Pop-Tarts. There's root beer.
Excuse me, what?
So there is soda flavored Pop-Tarts. Okay, the article says, as if root beer wasn't sweet enough, it takes a whole new form in this A&W Pop-Tart. It's definitely more of a unique way to start the day, but by all means, if you're a root beer fan, roll with it.
I actually think I saw that, the A&W flavored Pop-Tart. I never tried it. I was like, that's weird and obscure. And then I just moved on with the rest of my day.
Yeah, with the rest of your life.
I didn't even bat an eye at it. I was just like, oh yeah. That's a thing. Continue.
Because, like, it does, like, your brain doesn't process that these are it's a combination of things that you would never really expect to see.
But just a strange amalgamation.
Yeah.
Of sweet flavors. And then I noticed, what was there was another thing in there?
There's pumpkin pie, which...
I mean, that's normal, I guess, right?
Maybe a seasonal thing. There's, maple bacon. Meat with Pop-Tarts. No.
Oh, wait, did you remember the cereal, too?
Yeah, that's right.
Maple bacon cereal?
Yes, and like...
No, maple donut bacon cereal.
Oh, yeah, because that was 3 things combined. First off, I've never heard of maple bacon donuts. So that's like a whole other layer I have to backtrack to. Gotta go to the first combination of things before adding the cereal portion to it. Because I don't even know.
I agree with you. I've never had maple bacon donut before, but I feel like that would be kind of tasty. I want to try it.
Yeah.
If anybody knows a good bakery around our area, those who listen around our area,
wow,
we won't tell you until we start our other projects. But let us know. Where can we find some maple bacon donuts so we can try them? We'll maybe even do a video of us reacting to them.
God.
If we can get a hold of a camera. Mike,
if you're listening, if you're 13 minutes and 30 seconds in, and you're listening, we need you.
We need you more than ever, Frozone.
I feel bad because there are probably other good friends who have good cameras that are probably sitting on the sidelines being like, man, you know what? My live stream it's always been wanting to go with Sam and Luis and just
do Tom Schmuckery.
Just fucking record them eating food and watching their goddamn reactions. Oh, reaction video. Ooh, like that's never been done before. Big man doing a fucking reaction video on YouTube. Who'd have thought?
You know what's funny is that, so Sam does this bit a lot. It started, last year? No, it started last semester.
Which one does a lot?
The big man.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, big man. Yeah.
I was actually watching Venture Brothers last night. This is a side tangent from our main topic right now, which is also from the other side tangent of shout out to Mike, because he's the best.
Yeah.
Mike Watkins, what up? And so I was watching Venture Brothers last night, and Doc Venture just goes to Hank. Because Hank is the man of the house while Rock was away. And he goes, oh, big man, you can take over my position, huh? And I'm like, oh, that was Sam. That was Sam in that moment.
Wow.
But, back to...
I love seeing me.
Wait, Dunkin' Donut drinks?
Yes. There's... okay. So, it's... Okay, I'm trying... My brain is processing the image I'm seeing.
Is it a cursed image?
No, it's... Okay, it's the Dunkin' Donut drink in a Pop-Tart form.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I would like to try the vanilla latte one. It doesn't look too bad. But then again, I'm a big Dunkin' fan. I love Dunkin' Donuts. And so, affordable coffee and a semi-affordable breakfast treat?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It makes me wonder if, like, Pop-Tarts, the brand, reaches out to these companies, or if it's the other way around. Orange Crush, another soda Pop-Tart. So we can have Nuka-Cola Pop-Tarts at some point.
We really could, but you know what? The one that I'm waiting for? The Dr. Pepper one.
Of course. As some of you may know, one of my favorite soda beverages is the good, refreshing taste of Dr. Pepper.
There's 23 flavors, man.
We're not sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
Though if we were, God help us.
Dr. Pepper, if you're out there, the Dr. Pepper, if you want to make a Pop-Tart version of your soda, I mean, it's all the rage these days.
We will make reaction videos. That'll be our very first one.
Dr. Pepper cereal. For some reason, I didn't...
the shape of a can.
That'd be kind of cute. Oh, what if, like, there's candy of Dr. Pepper, a little side tangent, but, like, it's a little, like, root beer things you eat, the little root beer candy, but it's a little Dr. Pepper, and it tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Well, do you know they make Dr. Pepper Twizzlers, right?
They do?
Yeah, I've had them before. They're actually really good.
Ooh.
Union Station at our campus.
Nice.
That's what it's called. Like, this little convenience store, that's what they used to sell.
Nice.
I'm sorry that I tapped on the table and you probably hear it.
ASMR.
And it's quite annoying.
There's free ASMR every episode, folks.
Mostly from Sam, because his voice is one smooth operator. It will make you feel things of great joy.
I
was about to say the wrong thing.
I saw in your mind's eye just like kind of twitch a bit, like you gotta revise.
You gotta do the proper phrasing, or else we're gonna
revising. That's a callback to a show that some of you may have seen or heard of.
If you live in our area, which we won't reveal.
Why won't
we? Because you said it was a bad business move in the sample to reveal where we are located.
I didn't. I don't mean.
If you were in
town.
the St. Louis area,
that
Southern Illinois area.
I meant like specific address. I think it's okay to say the goddamn town, not like saying our address out loud to where someone can come in with an axe and kill us. Which
that's a factual thing. Yeah, there's some crazy people out in the world.
Yeah,
like these people who keep coming up with these interesting flavors for things. You know, Oreos have
Oreos
has weird things too. Yeah, the Oreos. Did you know that they stopped selling that in the States, but not in South Korea?
What?
Yeah, Oreos.
They still have that at Walmart.
No, they just brought them back to the States.
Oh,
as of late, yeah. Because I was tripping out because whenever I was a kid, I used to eat those all the time. Because I was an Oreo fiend. I just had to have Oreos all the time.
Yeah.
So my mom got me this cereal, and I would just eat it a lot over the course of 5 years.
Nice.
Not the same box, mind you, but the
same
just
box
over the span of 5 years. And then one day I just didn't see them in stores anymore. And I was like, that sucks. And then I got older and was like, they probably just discontinued them.
Yeah.
And then I think it was last year or last semester or earlier in 2019 that I saw a video where they were talking about Oreos and how they were discontinued in the States but not in South Korea because the company that helped manufacture that stuff had the recipe to it. They had the formula on how to make Oreos. So they continued production of it and everything.
Nice.
If I could find the article where that was based on, it would help a little bit more. But it was Did You Know Food? On YouTube. Food? Which I didn't even know that they had that now, but they have their own food.
That probably makes
series.
sense. There's a Did You Know everything at this point.
Yeah. Did you know movies? Did you know gaming? Would be fun though is to have Did You Know books? So they can have people read again.
Of course.
And just be interested in reading.
I feel like people still read some things. I don't know.
Some people do. But yeah, Did You Know Food was the one. And it's one of their earlier episodes because they have one on KFC, McDonald's. It's an interesting thing, yeah. But yeah, cereal fun facts.
I decided to look up Did You Know cereal to see if there would be any weird cereal brands like how there are with weird Pop-Tarts because
we know there is, but we need to tell the Mathises what we can find at a local Walmart near them.
Weird cereal. flavors.
Because it's just very... Oh, yep.
Maple bacon donuts. There it is.
It's that first one.
Why is this first one $43? What is this?
CTD Sports.
Sports cereal. Oh, Isolicious.
That looks like knockoff.
This looks like Fruity Pebbles, but...
It's like a knockoff brand of Fruity Pebbles, yeah.
It has like the color that you would see laundry detergent as. Like it has that tone of blue and white.
On the box, not the cereal.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, wait, there's fruit, there's coconut, and there's cinnamon.
There's cocoa nut.
I guess this is... Oh, wait, protein powder. Ah.
Oh, excuse me. That looks more like a detergent powder box.
Yeah.
Like you just said. I don't understand, man. Like, it's just a weird phenomenon that we have to have different flavored things. Like, the whole Lay's potato chips, I feel, is the reason why we have all this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because remember the competition that they did?
Yeah, and then the memes out of it. My hopes and dreams. That was a good flavor.
So, I had a genius idea whenever I was in high school, right? Because I wanted to enter the competition with just this idea alone and this flavor. Because, one, I think this was before the time that I can remember when bacon was the latest craze. Like, everybody was just shoving bacon into every product. I suggested to my friends that we should have a Lay's potato chip that was smoked applewood bacon. And I think that would have been a great pitch. But at the same time, I'm a nerd and don't know how to do things properly. Though no dissing out disrespect to the nerds out there. You guys are amazing, awesome, lovely, validated people. Keep rocking and doing the things that you do. Because one, you're vastly superior than me in my mind's eye. Because I am a weird, dorky person.
Aren't we all?
And I feel like you guys have better ideas than me. But that's mine for potato chips. I think that, hands down, one of the best ideas that it's never been. Smoky bacon.
So, yeah, I just looked this up because it's probably there. And it is. Smoky bacon for Lay's potato chips.
Well, I mean, like, it's
not the same bacon.
Precise flavor of bacon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's different bacons.
That's...
We're getting there.
We're getting there. But what other cereal combinations were there? Because I remember there's powder donuts.
Yeah. The donuts one really
honey bun.
The bacon one, of course. Yeah. Weird cereal. Wait, there's like Dippin' Dots cereal.
Yeah.
Because it's ice cream. And that shouldn't be well, I don't know. People can do what they want.
Weird cereal flavors.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good...
That's what we'll name this section. Weird cereal. Oh, right.
Sour Patch. Of course, Sour Patch Kids. We have that in our pantry.
We really do. Okay, so I listened to the radio one day, and they mentioned it. I was like, I'm not going to fucking buy that. I'm not going to eat it. Lo and behold, like a couple days afterwards, I bring it home. My favorite thing that Sam ever did was the reaction to it. Do you want to reenact a little bit? Sam, I got this box. Check it out.
What? Oh, that's a spike. See, we're going to de-amplify all these big spikes here. Don't worry, folks. And then whenever you listen to it, you'll be like, what are you talking about? Exactly.
But no, my favorite thing is that he did say what, but he kept saying, I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Where he shut down like a robot after that third one. He was like,
I experienced all stages of grief at once.
He did.
Yeah.
All 5 stages.
It's
right. So honey buns, banana cream
for frosted that actually seems like I'm okay with that.
Because I know they had a pumpkin spice.
Honey bun cereal. What are you?
Strawberry. It took them that long to get strawberry?
Yeah, you think for Rice Krispies. Of course, the Pop-Tart cereal.
What is this? Pancake!
For Captain Crunch. Blueberry Pancake Crunch. You see...
What is the world coming to?
I think it's because cereal brands are wanting to compete with actual food. And so they're just like, you want all of this? Well, you can put it in your bowl of some milk. Even though I don't think it's some milk. It's not as... I don't think there's that really much nutritional value.
In cereal? No, God, no. There isn't.
It's just there to get me through. Of course, there's the Super Mario cereal, which doesn't taste like Super Mario. It's just...
Well, I hope not. That's a human man.
What's... Lucky Charms. It's basically Lucky Charms, and it has marshmallows that kind of vaguely look like things from Mario.
Wait, hold on. Is there Nesquik cereal? Is that what it's telling me?
Yeah. Chocolate cereal, of course.
So Cocoa Puffs, but with the Nesquik bunny instead of... Is it Sunny? I think it's Sunny. Sunny the
rabbit? The bunny? No. The Sunny the who?
Sunny is the...
The D? Sunny the D?
Sunny, the Cocoa Puffs mascot. That's who I was trying to think of. Because he's cuckoo
for
Cocoa Puffs. Hopefully we don't get marked down for saying these things.
For what? Saying name brands on the podcast that will get like 6 listeners at best?
Fair use. I say fair use.
Fair use. Is that what we have to say to make sure the name brand gods don't smite us?
I would hope so.
Because those name brands, they're on Twitter nowadays doing their own thing, acting like people when it's all an elaborate ruse to get us to like them.
I mean, Wendy's still roasting people out there.
People make waifu art of Wendy's, and I don't know how to
Excuse me, what?
Don't make... Luis, I don't want to have to Google Wendy's waifu
You're already
art.
Googling.
I know.
You're already like halfway through telling me not to let you Google it. And I can't stop you.
Because people want Wendy as a waifu, and people have. As like this snarky little sassy girl.
She also looks like, what is it? Penelope... No. Pippi Longstocking. That's what
yeah.
She reminds me a bit of Pippi Longstocking, and it's very... This makes me very uncomfortable. Also, wasn't the live action, like, human... I mean, all of the Wendy's commercials are live action. Yeah. Because it's weird to have them animated. Don't do the McDonald's route. That's kind of weird. Yeah. But the girl who was the mascot for Wendy's, that lovely woman, she was the face. I don't understand why people need to draw a waifu version of her when there was already a living, human, breathing woman portraying the character.
Was she, like, an adult? Yeah,
she was an adult. Oh, God, no. Don't tell me this. There are people making underage wife.
I don't know.
The internet's a strange and scary place. Come here for the safe haven of two schmucks.
This is something, all right. This is it's certainly a haven of some kind. I don't know.
Are you writing out haven of some kind in Google?
See, I have a thing where whenever I talk and I'm typing something, I have a tendency to type what I'm saying. But I think that happens with a lot of people.
Yeah, that definitely happens with me a lot.
Yeah.
But no, cereal flavors are weird.
They really are. And the Sour Patch Kid cereal just kind of tastes like Fruity Pebbles with a bit of sour at the beginning.
See, it was weird because I never got that taste from it. What did I say it tasted like?
I don't know.
But I remember it wasn't Fruity Pebbles. It was a different taste for me. But you and Leah, my girlfriend, you both said that it tasted like Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
And I agree that there's some fruity aroma to it, but I didn't taste the Fruity Pebble. And I think I even said, don't disrespect Fruity Pebbles like that. And that's the extent of how much I will go and ride or die for Fruity Pebbles. Though Fruity Pebbles cuts up my gums because they're so, like, small.
Oh, yeah.
And once you, like, bite them into a fine, like, sharp edge, it gets stuck in your teeth and it hurts for a while.
It's like eating just tiny little baby chips and then they just get stuck in there. Maybe that's why they're called Fruity Pebbles. Like actual rocks getting stuck in your gums and killing you.
Right in my craw, I have this green little pebble just stuck up in there. That was my southern gentleman. I apologize for all of you out there having to listen to this.
That's our
29 and a half minutes in, supposedly.
Man, we've been talking for a half hour.
It didn't even feel like it.
Wow, it felt like 2 minutes.
It really did.
Time's weird.
Completely. But it's interesting, because cereal, I've loved cereal since I was as a small child because that's what you get.
Of course.
As a small child. You either get that or pancakes or waffles, and you have to be happy about it. Because sometimes you don't get McDonald's. Yeah. McDonald's breakfast is delicious. If you have children out there, please give them McDonald's breakfast every once in a while. Let them know that there's beautiful food out there at semi-affordable prices.
Yeah. We're not sponsored by McDonald's.
We are not. And if we ever were... Honestly, I don't know how I feel about it.
I want Ronald McDonald to give me a paycheck. But only if he is handing me the check himself. I don't want some human to do it.
So if the Hamburglar came in and he's like, "Robble, robble, here's your check," and runs away, you wouldn't accept it?
The Hamburglar is a shady guy. He burgles hams. I don't want some guy who burgles hams giving me a check full of something that may not contain dollar bills, you know?
And I feel like if he said "robble, robble" at first, I don't think that's a real check he's
Robble,
handing
robble.
me. It's actually a nervous twitch whenever he meets new people. He just goes "robble, robble."
I feel like if some guy on the street came up to me, just said "robble, robble," handed me an inconspicuous envelope, and ran off, I don't know what I would do. Actually, probably cry. Maybe not. I don't know.
You know what's another weird thing? Like, soda makes sense for weird flavors, but Dr. Pepper has been consistent with things. And I know we're going back to weird flavors. I'm sorry. We'll eventually get off of this.
This is the episode. It's fine. It's going to be the thing.
The dark berry one.
Yeah.
I have a morbid curiosity of trying that out, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to.
Like, what kind of berry is it? Like, the only dark berry I can think of would be blackberry, or maybe raspberries. Blueberries?
See, I feel like it's a blueberry or a blue raspberry flavor.
Yeah.
And for Dr. Pepper, I feel like that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
No offense and disrespect to Dr. Pepper. I feel like you guys can do no wrong, but I feel like if I try it, I'm going to be very, very betrayed. And I don't want to do that. I don't want them to do me dirty like that, and I know they would never do that.
I mean, they'll still have that nice barbecue water taste to it. Remember? Someone compared Dr. Pepper and said it was barbecue water.
Excuse me?
Someone said Dr. Pepper is just barbecue water.
Okay. That's like saying that Sprite is spicy water. Which people apparently do say that. High schoolers, in fact.
Spicy water.
My brother, who's 16 years old, him and his friends called Sprite spicy water. Like, I'm not making that up. That's a legit real thing. Spicy water.
Spicy water. Kids today and their memes, I tell you.
I wonder if we gave that to Rhiannon, who's one of our friends, and say, "Hey, drink this." And she's like, "What is it?" And we go, "Oh, don't worry. It's just spicy water." If she'll actually drink it.
Wow. Rhiannon, will you drink Sprite? That's basically what we're asking. And we're going to assume that Rhiannon is not only listening, but also has made it to 33 minutes. I know I rag on our show a lot, saying that we'll get no listeners, and
it's only the first episode too.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're both ragging on ourselves.
That's the whole point. That's what
it's comedy. It's called self-deprecating humor.
Don't actually do that, kids. Love yourselves because you're all great out there.
We love you. And see, that was the ASMR we were mentioning earlier from the sweet, smooth operator known as Samuel Diedeker.
You are loved and wanted. And, when you think otherwise, that's silly. Yeah.
Words to live by, ladies and gentlemen.
Words to live by. Yeah, that's it.
But no, yeah. I think with these very strange flavors, I think they are just trying to stay and remain relevant with the youth. And yes, I did say the youth. I'm not 86 years old. Sometimes I may act like it, but I'm not. Just mostly whenever I'm at home. Wow. I get tired really easily. It's a problem. So back to the thing I was saying. I think they're trying to stay relevant with a younger demographic. Yeah. So they're trying out all these different things that appeal to kids and everything else like that. So what I'm asking these massive major corporations is to please stop. Just stop with the madness and let people of like our generation, or maybe a decade older than us, be in charge of the marketing and idea mechanics of whether or not these flavors will run.
I also feel like it's, just maybe it's gimmicky to make for these companies to have this new weird thing to make them relevant still. Because while new flavors can be interesting, I feel like the stranger the flavor, the more interest that the company as a whole will receive, given how, I don't know, people do weird things all the time to just get famous. And, of course, that's not the sole reason why some companies may be doing this. But, they just want to get out there. But also, like you said, with the youth to fit in with the generation. But they don't all land, folks.
They absolutely do not. And what's weird is McDonald's, it was one of those first corporations that I noticed trying to make that effort to seem more appealing to like the millennial generation, which is just a stupid label that everybody likes to put on us.
Yeah.
But it was to appeal to us to make it look like a coffee shop and everything else like that, offer free internet and everything to keep us within the store for a little bit longer so we could spend more money, have it as a hangout spot, and do our work and eat their food. But to me, it just feels really weird and empty and soulless whenever I go to a McDonald's. But then again, as an adult, I would have felt that anyways if it was still had the plate on it. Wow. Because I'm eating a fast food restaurant with subpar food. Not dissing McDonald's breakfast though. Again, absolutely delicious. Can't do no wrong. I mean, it's the truth. We had it the other day.
It was good. McDonald's in the morning is good.
It is.
But they have breakfast all day now. So McDonald's all the time is technically good.
True.
Well, that could be taken in different ways. Don't have McDonald's all the time, because that's not good. But also live your life. Just eat responsibly. Eating's important than not eating. That's my PSA. Remember, kids, eat food and often.
The more you know.
Wow.
My favorite thing, though, is that I feel if we had a fan right now, and if this was live,
God,
they'd be typing in the comments section going, excuse me, have you ever heard of a film called Super Size Me? That's exactly what would happen. We ate McDonald's every day. And then somebody else would reply, yeah, and Morgan Spurlock's a piece of human trash because he is an awful person for sexually harassing people.
Wow.
And then it'd just be a war. A war of escalation.
And then it's actually, you're revealed to be both those people. Implying we would even have people watching on the live stream. Wow, that was like 2 punches.
2 blows to us.
Wow.
Dang.
To 2 schmucks.
Alright, so do we want to transition into the next topping point instead of topic points? Talking points. We'll fuse them together.
Topic point? Sure.
Because I was going to choose this for episode 5, but
episode
right now
5.
I know.
Okay.
I'm very ambitious. I was looking into the future here, but I'm going to use this one for the first episode because I just cannot stop gushing about Gravity Falls.
Oh,
it's one of my favorite cartoon series. If you know what that show is, beautiful soul you are.
It's great.
And thank you for being a part of the Lovely Pines family that is ever growing now.
Yeah. Because
of people watching it in syndication and reruns on Disney XD and just on the Disney Channel. It's one of my favorite cartoons because it's a cartoon for kids, but it's also not a cartoon for kids.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon that makes fun of conspiracy theories, but takes them seriously at the same time within the realm of the show. Not so much in the realm of reality because it's still obscure and weird to even think and fathom that people actually believe into that. But there is some truth to certain conspiracy theories where other ones make absolutely no sense. Which is just like in real life because the conspiracy to kill Abraham Lincoln was a conspiracy theory. Nobody really bought into it and stuff except for the co-conspirators of what they were doing. Yeah. Which I guess is the term for conspiracy. Somebody can fact me on that and tell me I'm a fucking idiot. And you could just point to this moment in the podcast at 39 minutes. Wow. Yeah, you told me to say that. But yeah, my question is, what has been the best cartoon series that you have seen in a while? And for me, it's Gravity Falls. Because of everything that works with it. It's great storytelling. It's great writing. And just every character feels three-dimensional. And with certain cartoons, you don't usually get that. You're lucky if you even get 2 dimensions.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than a one-dimensional, one-note character.
Yeah.
And Gravity Falls just does all these things really well. The relationship between Mabel and Dipper and them and Grunkle Stan and all these other side characters are within it. And I know a lot of people have beef with Steven Universe because they focus on a lot of the side characters. And Gravity Falls, they do a lot of great things with their side characters and bring them into the fold. So they get character development and still move the plot along forward. And to that effect on Steven Universe, I think the world building is great in that show.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing, and I would never knock that show. I do understand like some of the complaints about how some of the side character stories are more prevalent in later seasons rather than telling the story of Homeworld and all the diamonds and everything else like that. But it's to help lighten the mood sometimes, and you need that kind of brevity whenever you're going through storytelling.
Of course.
So you get that little kind of breather going on. I apologize for that weird whispering breathing.
That was him, having a breather.
From all the extreme things that are happening.
Yeah.
Some light brevity is what we need.
Wow.
So yeah, I can gush about that series all day, but my question for you is what has been one of the best cartoon series that you've seen in a while?
In a while. I feel like as of late, or rather in general for the past maybe couple of years, I haven't watched many cartoons or anything of that nature. I haven't watched many shows, but like last summer, like you said about Gravity Falls, is when I watched that series in its entirety with you, and that was a really nice show. But I would have to say the only show that's really coming to mind would be Steven Universe, like you were talking about previously, because there have been other shows on Cartoon Network which have dealt with themes that kids really need to hear about, like with love and being accepted and exploring like sexuality and gender and all these different things that are important that kids need to know and need to know it's okay with. And it's just a really nice show. And like you said on the part with the stories with the side characters and things, it is nice once in a while to get out of the main big plot of Homeworld and everything like that and just explore some of the side characters. And I feel like people wouldn't have much beef about it if there was a consistent schedule with the show.
Right. Yeah, because the whole thing with Cartoon Network, by the way, us being in our 20s, we still enjoy cartoons. If you have an issue with that, you can stop listening now because we're just going to gush about cartoons for the next couple of minutes. But for us, we've grown up with a lot of these cartoons on Cartoon Network, and some of them great original programming. Oh, yeah. But the consistency as of late with scheduling has been awful because of Teen Titans Go. Yeah. And a lot of people have talked about this online who review cartoons and Cartoon Network in general because of the scheduling conflict. And if they didn't have to worry about that so much, there could be so much time and devotion and consideration into these episodes, and we could have connective story arcs. Yeah. And I think that's the reason why we have these interpol episodes of these side characters coming in, because we're still waiting on the finished product to that portion of these sagas and storylines. Yeah.
And because of that, people get angry whenever we've been waiting for basically almost a year to figure out what's happening next with the big everything, and then it's just a side story with, I don't know, Fry. That's not the name. One of the
Frybo?
Frybo.
Petey?
Or the Fry family, Petey. But yeah, overall, Steven Universe is a fantastic show, and just it explores those themes well that I stated earlier. And there were some twists and things that you wouldn't expect, and I'm not quite sure. I don't think the series is ended. Like, there's still the movie coming out, and there are a couple of more loose ends they have to tie up, or rather, that would be explored more, because the last episode, there were some things that seemed kind of rushed, because there are things that just happened, and it's like, okay, this is what you kind of got. So I feel like it would be better to just have more to finish up those loose ends. And maybe, I don't know, it would be nice to have a season where it may kind of do focus on Beach City. Yeah. And so that way we can explore more of those side characters and have more in-depth about them.
You know what? It's really sad for me to know that the series is kind of coming to a close and ending, because I never got to catch up. Because of college and everything else like that, not being able to have affordable access to this series. And I love it so much. Yeah. And just like you said, it's very progressive. Oh, yeah. You see LGBTQ representation really well. Surprising twists, like you said. One of my favorite surprise twists that threw me completely off guard. There's a couple of them, but the one with Lazarus Lappery and Jasper, that whole moment where she does the fusion dance with her, and then continuing on with that, the second one that kind of completely got me off guard was about their abusive relationship whenever they were fused. Yeah. And how they tried to kind of make up, and it was like an abusive cycle. And Steven was like, "This is not okay."
Yeah.
Even though she was like, "It is okay. It's fine. I know that I did wrong, and maybe I shouldn't go back to it." But there's a bit of me that wants to. Yeah. She kind of realizes it within herself. Yeah. To go back, and then eats her off the boat. And that's what you should do. You got to cut those ties, folks. Those abusive ties, and just eat that person out of your life with a giant water fist. Yeah, this show is super progressive, super amazing, super fun, and it shows different types of stigmas and how they're broken. Yeah. Because Steven, who is a young boy being raised by these 3 super strong women. Yeah. And his loving, tender, caring father cries and does all these things and has heart and emotion. That's a realistic thing. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, you mentioned crying and everything like that. But we're human. Now we're living in a society where we know that not everybody is meant for those types of roles. Yeah. And so we shouldn't be continuously forcing upon them. And so to see Steven cry almost every other episode, to be allowed to do that and actually feel his emotions and to find other ways to resolve conflict that doesn't result from violence is one of those great things that I think we should be teaching our kids. Oh, yeah. This is a great show to teach our kids. And the other one, Gravity Falls is a great way to teach your kids too, because of just mystery solving, understanding things too, because there's a lot of stigma that they break in that show as well, which I love, because Mabel saved Dipper multiple times and Dipper saved Mabel multiple times, but to have your female character save your male character is one of those things that we don't really get to see very often. Yeah. And except for media that's come up, the last 10, maybe 5 years, where we have strong female-led characters, and they're fantastic. Stevani, one of my favorite characters from Steven Universe, because it's a platonic coming together rather than romantic. Yeah. Which I feel like eventually it may be romantic, but I highly doubt it. Yeah. I think it's just 2 people that really care and love for each other. Of course. And shows that guys and girls can be friends. Yeah, of course, and not automatically get into a relationship. Yeah. God, this is a side tangent, but I just remember seeing an article where it's for Endgame, there was one tiny interaction between Rhodey and Carol Danvers, and people are like, "Is this hinting at a relationship?" And they just said a sentence to each other, and then we didn't see them ever again. Yes, and people just assume, oh God, this man talked to a woman. So now they're in love. It's just ridiculous how we ship things. Yeah. And I think there's an episode of Steven Universe that was talking about shipping and how it's a weird concept. Yeah. I think that because I know that they kind of tried to do shipping in Gravity Falls too, and they made fun of that concept as well. And I think those land really well with our age group and younger. Yeah. Because it's made by people who are maybe a couple years older than us. Yeah. But had to deal with the stupid stigma of that, and we're tired of seeing it in the media. Oh my God. Back to the original question of cartoons. You probably might not expect this, but I haven't actually seen the cartoon, but I would say Sonic Boom on Cartoon Network as well. I haven't actually seen the show. But I've seen screenshots and video clips, and it seems like the writers just know. They just know, you know? I agree with you on that, because one of the funny things is I have seen that show. Yeah. Not if it's entirety, but I've seen a couple of episodes, and one of my favorite characters on that show is Dr. Eggman. Oh, yeah. Eggman is one of the funniest characters on that show, and I know I'd probably get a lot of flack for that on the internet, but I don't care. I honestly don't care. Sonic Boom is a weird television series. It's great. But it's pretty funny. It's comical. It's a good take on Sonic for the most part. The games are horrible, but if you just watch the TV series, I think it'll be fine. I mean, that's a better design and animation than what we're getting for the Sonic movie, which is getting fixed. So let's all keep in mind of that. And let's hope that they delay the release date, because if they release it as is, that means a lot of artists are going to be overworked, and that's no good. That's no good. And one of our favorite things in our household, by the way, and this is another side tangent to the original side tangent, we love that whole Sonic Says. The little PSAs at the end of that one Sonic cartoon. There are a lot of Sonic cartoons in the 90s. Yeah. Late 90s, or was it mid 90s? It's kind of it's a 90s product. There was a 9 in there. Yeah. And then the early 2000s with the Sonic anime.
Yeah.
Sonic X. Gotta go fast.
There's a part where I forgot some of the lyrics, and it's, the part where it's like, Sonic, he's on the run. Sonic, he's number one. Yeah, that I forgot that.
You say
he's got a gun. Sonic, you gotta watch out. And because it rhymed. I knew it was a word that rhymed.
That adds a whole new context to it. Better watch out for Sonic
X. The X is edge. Sonic, it should be Shadow, because, Shadow the Hedgehog, and he had a gun.
Sonic with a gun. Also, we may do some references to things in here. Just know that if we make a reference to some video game things, we're probably going to be referencing to our favorite boy, the best boy on the internet, a lovely boy. His name is Brian David Gilbert.
The bestest boy. There's a lot of good boys on the internet.
It really is. You just got to look for them.
Yeah.
Wholesome people like ProZD, which we were talking about.
Yeah.
Before we started recording.
At first, I thought his name was pronounced Prozd. I don't know. It's probably ProZD. That makes sense.
Well, given everything what's happening with Pro Jared, maybe we should say Prozd.
Prozd.
Because I didn't know what was happening with Pro Jared until I saw his tweet.
Yeah.
That said, it's not a good time to be a pro on the internet right now. And then some people are saying you should be called Professional ZD. And I was like...
Professional ZD.
That was really funny.
That's
and so
shit.
I was really concerned, and then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, no.
I live under a rock. I see things, and I'm like, well, that certainly sounds shitty.
Yeah. Like, do you know what happened with that whole situation?
He cheated on his wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was also apparently soliciting nudes to fans who may or may not have been underage.
That's...
he sent them out, and he asked for something in return. We're not turning this into a drama thing because, one, we have no idea, we have no personal connection to who these people are. Certainly we just know that they're internet personalities, and this was happening.
And, yeah.
And, this is the spectrum of the good boy, bad boy.
Yeah.
So, the good boy, you always want to be Brian David Gilbert.
Yeah.
You never want to be Pro Jared.
That's the spectrum.
That's the spectrum.
Yeah.
We can go further down the bad spectrum, but for right now, as a base level...
Yeah.
Pro Jared, because there's going to be more bad boys, but there will never be the best boy than Brian David Gilbert at the moment.
Good. He's good. He's up there.
He's high up. Yeah. I feel like there's other cartoons as well, going back to the original topic, that deserve that slot of being really great television series. And Sonic Boom is one of those interesting ones.
It's the only other one I can think of, but this certainly isn't a recent cartoon at all. I would say Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's my favorite cartoon ever. It's such a good show. It's such
a strange show, too.
Yeah.
It's very obscure, but once you actually start to think about it, a lot of the weird stuff that happens is because it's from Courage's perspective. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that theory. Yeah, where it's from his perspective as a dog, always amplifying things.
So, it's everything is terrifying. And going into that mindset now, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So whenever... I think it's the story of Cat and Bunny.
Yeah, you can't tell me that it's like The Mask or something. I think that's the name of the episode, The Mask. Because I actually...
Oh, The Slab?
Yeah. Not The Slab, but The Mask, where it was about the Cat and Bunny, where, because you can't tell me they weren't lesbians, because they were. And that was... And it also dealt with abusive relationships.
Yeah.
With, the Mad Dog. I think that was the name of the weird Rottweiler bulldog character.
Which is very interesting, too, because it was a dog in a romantic relationship with a bunny.
Yeah.
Even though it was completely abusive.
Yeah.
More than anything, abusive relationship. And then, I'm not going to diss that, because there could be a possibility that it's a lesbian relationship. But also platonic as well.
Yeah.
Because that's a weird thing that our society does a lot, is whenever we see two characters of the opposite sex, just be really close friends. A lot of people were like, oh, maybe Finn and Ray are gonna be a thing, because that's the heteronormative idea. And then people who are actually progressive and seeing from the other side of the aisle as well is like, oh, Finn and Poe Dameron are gonna be a thing. It's why can't people just be friends? Whenever two adults or two young people are together, there has to be something going on. Now, whenever you click with somebody and have a fun time, it can just be that. And but I do agree with you.
Yeah.
Cat and Bunny were
Yeah.
We're definitely classmates.
Yeah, there's no way.
Because they truly loved each other. You see how they looked at each other whenever they got on that train?
Yeah. That was good. So yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog, good show. Certainly not recent, but good shit.
I don't know what other cartoons are my personal favorite. I really love Gravity Falls. Yeah. Like I said, gushing about it all day.
Of course.
That is hands down one of the best series. Star versus the Forces of Evil. Also really good because they have such a strong female protagonist whose sidekick is a male protagonist who isn't as strong as her.
Yeah.
Which is one of those nice deviations from everything that we see with action cartoons. And that's one of them I really love. But I haven't kept up with it. Like, I need TV. Yeah. I need to find a way to consume all these things so I can continue watching because I remember watching a lot of it. Yeah. And it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
Grade A animation, grade A like storytelling, characters. It's just so good.
Yeah.
But from the catalog of Cartoon Network, if I would have to choose one of their shows that I really enjoy, probably it's hard.
There's a lot.
Probably Young Justice. Because of the comic book aspect of it.
Yeah.
So that'd be probably one of my favorite comic book shows, but not the number one pick.
Of course.
But for the DC side, possibly the number one pick. Because if we're going into multiple categories here, Young Justice was just really great all around. It didn't dumb things down for its audience. Mm-hmm. It didn't make it too mature for them to get it over their heads. Mm-hmm. Like, it was aimed for kids. It was aimed for our age demographic and younger. And it appealed to this whole idea of getting new readers in by showing the sidekicks being the main heroes. So, equating it to people our age. And it was just so good. And then it ended abruptly. And if you've seen what happens, it's kind of a shitty ending. Like, you're kind of left sad and unsatisfied.
Yeah.
Because they hinted at so much more happening, and you didn't get to see it. But now, since the DC Universe is a thing, the streaming service where you can get all DC content, their season's going to be on there.
Yeah.
And it has already been premiering and showing up. So hopefully there's going to be a season 4, and that continues on for a while. And hopefully they release some DVD version of it, and I will gladly buy it. I will gladly buy that series to see how the continuation of the story goes. Because I really love it. Stuff like Static Shock as well was really good.
Yeah.
Because it battles things like racism, prejudice, abusive relationships, I think, in that one as well.
Nice.
And then cartoons are the best way to get proper messages across to kids. And I really love that, and I'm glad that we're starting to do a lot more of like mental health stuff as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because there's one episode of Static Shock that I remember. It doesn't have to do with mental health, but it does have to do with a learning disability, which is dyslexia, which a lot of kids at that time and media didn't see.
Yeah,
it was with Rubber Band Man. He couldn't figure out stuff because he couldn't read it right, and Static needed his help and everything, but he was able to overcome it later on in the episode. And there was like a weird kind of PSA at the very end talking about dyslexia. Like, that was kind of surreal moment for me, but it was a good kind of send off for kids who have that disability and don't know how to work it really well.
Yeah.
That these characters who you grow up and admire and want to be, they have these disabilities as well. So you're not alone. You're not like an outsider from it. You're not this person who is the only one going through it.
Yeah. And of course, seeing that from coming from a superhero, I feel also really makes kids feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Because, having in terms of superhero shows, just having the actual superhero experiencing these kinds of difficulties, showing that even the most powerful people sometimes go through stuff, and even then, no matter what, they're still powerful and great and amazing.
Yeah. It's
just part of them, and
Yeah. And what's weird is another TV series that I really enjoyed that's also comic book based is The Spectacular Spider-Man. Still one of my favorite series, hands down, of the Spider-Man franchise. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely amazing. Storytelling's phenomenal.
Of course.
Character development's all around great. And they talk about interesting subjects as well. There's no abusive relationships in the story unless you count Venom, the symbiotic suit.
Yeah.
So that's almost like losing yourself and trying to figure out how to get yourself back after that too.
Yeah.
So that's a very interesting dynamic. But drug abuse a bit. That's kind of mentioned. And it's more of like performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've watched the series. It's It's great. You should try to find it somewhere out on the internet. But there's the character Harry Osborn. So they're all in high school. I'm rambling at this point. I'm trying to be cohesive. But they're all in high school. Harry tries out for the football team as well as Peter. And since Peter has, spider powers, he could easily get in. Yeah. But he threw his chance away so he can give it to Harry because he knew Harry really wanted it a lot.
Yeah.
But after a while, you find out that Harry was actually drinking the green, which is the thing that makes Green Goblin go crazy. It's so normal. But it also helps him be super enhanced. So it's almost like Super Soldier Serum, in a sense. Not entirely that, but
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Because in the comics, it's weird. But they added that in there for the show to show that's how the Goblin has his enhanced strength, agility, mindset, and stuff like that. And so Harry starts abusing it a lot, and so he goes crazy almost. And so it's also as a plot twist to say that he is the Green Goblin and not normal. But I digress with that. The show dealt with it really well by saying like he needs help, so he goes to rehab and then comes back and he's a little bit better now. So they address it, and shows like that, and shows like the ones that we mentioned are really great tools to show kids that society is kind of a weird, strange place, but there's ways to navigate it and understand that you don't always have to take the beaten path to do it. There's ways to divert and to avoid certain paths that would lead you down a very, very dark road.
Yeah.
And cartoons, man.
Yeah, cartoons.
They're amazing, and I really wish that people would stop giving them such disrespect.
Yeah.
Because they're useful tools. Especially whenever most parents tend to either leave their kids with a babysitter and then they put on cartoons for them.
Yeah.
And like, I know our society is kind of messed up and jacked up right now, but also it's just mindless entertainment sometimes with some great messages and values that they go into.
Of course.
And therefore they become less mindless once you actually look into it.
Yeah. And I feel like, I wouldn't say recently, but also I feel like over the course of time, cartoons have found ways to make it enjoyable for not only children, but also everyone of all ages. Because, throughout history, cartoons have always had little subtle jokes that only adults would get. Because, like, going back to Sonic Boom real quick, there was one joke where, I don't know, this one guy, I of course, I only saw, like a screenshot of it. This one evil dude was talking about stuff on the internet and, like, making stuff a viral sensation. And Eamon was like, oh, you mean like that sneezing panda video? And Sonic was like, or all those weird pictures of me?
Oh, beautiful.
It is.
And
Yeah.
You know.
Just stuff like that.
And that's one of my favorite things. And going back to Gravity Falls, the reason why I gush about the show. I was watching a couple of episodes at home one time.
Yeah.
And my mom was sitting on the couch with me, and she does whenever she's trying to relax from work. And she's just watching this series with me, and she's like, can we not watch cartoons? And I was like, well, it's really good. Just give it a try. And she was laughing her ass off. She was enjoying herself like that. And it's just a good series.
Yeah.
Stuff like that bridges generations is what's important.
Yeah.
Because whenever we find media that helps us come together and heal really well, it's a successful thing. And I think that's why we need to start giving more respect to this kind of writing, because it's not juvenile. Some shows can be like Breadwinners. We're not going into that kind of thing right now, but if you want to see something that's very juvenile and doesn't help anyone or society at all, just check out that show. But everything else, like we mentioned, those are the shows that really count and matter.
Yeah.
To progress things forward.
Of course.
And I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much all the talking points that we had today, guys.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening and tuning in if you actually made it through the whole entire episode. We appreciate you.
An hour, God.
It didn't even feel like it, though.
God, I know, but now we're going to go through the hell of editing or something. We could always not, but...
We can always save it for another day. We'll release it at some point in time this week, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Or whenever you listen to this.
Time is irrelevant to the listener.
So... Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys. And if there's any topics that you guys want us to talk about, let us know. Like, we leave it on the SoundCloud, leave it on anywhere else that we're going to release this to the world.
Twitter, whatever. We'll see.
So, thank you guys again for listening to us. I've been Luis.
And I'm Sam.
And this is...
Two Schmucks and a Mic. See you next time. Yeah, we just did that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.